Okay, I guess we're live right now. Hi everyone. Good morning. I hope you're doing good. It's great to be here again. It's another Wednesday morning. Okay, hi. All right, so we're live. We sincerely apologize for we're slightly behind schedule this Wednesday morning. We sincerely apologize. You know how it is in Nigeria sometimes. Tech problems and things like that. But we are live and we are starting. So good morning to you wherever you are all over the world. Good morning to you and welcome to Upskilling 5 million African freelancers in 5 years. My name is Ogemark. I'm the umpire for today, and we're going to be talking to several people. So wherever you are, I bid you welcome. Good morning and welcome. So wherever you're joining us from, Nigeria, Africa, Europe, America, Asia, wherever it is you're joining us from, I welcome you. So don't forget to drop your comments. If you have any questions for the guests, please drop your comments and I'll get to ask the guests for you. And also do share the link wherever you are on your contact list and let them know that we are live today. We'll be talking to guests on freelancing. So if you are someone who's interested in starting a career as a freelancer, wherever you are in the world, then this is the place for you to be. And this is powered by Source in Business. All right. So good morning once again and welcome. Okay, we have two guests we'll be talking to today, and they will be sharing their journey with us. They'll be talking to us about how it all started. Some of them are still, some of them are mentors, some of them are mentees, how it all started generally. And so if you're someone who is still confused and unsure about whether to take the plunge and get on a remote work space as a freelancer, then this is the place for you to be at, because by the end of today's meeting, you would have the confidence that you need to start up your career as a freelancer. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be unsure about. You are in the right place, and we are going to take you by the hand through other people's experience. I'm going to lead you through as they share the experience, so you can get a cue from that to start up. Now we have, we'll be having a great session with several people as well. So don't forget, it is powered by Sourcing Business, and we're here to about to start. Okay. Good morning once again. Please join us wherever you're watching us from. You can join us via, wherever, from LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Just join us and welcome. Yes. Hi, good morning. This one is coming from Okay. Good morning to you too. Thank you for joining. Where are you joining us from, Okay? Good morning to you. And yes, if you don't know, this is Upskilling 5 million African freelancers in 5 years. And it is powered by Source in Business. So yes, we'll be joined by our guests soon. So share the link and so that we can have more people join the training. All right. Good morning. Hi, Oluwale Emmanuel. Good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining. And Peter Adejoyi from Lagos. Good morning to you too. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so we're talking today on the journey to freelancing. Richard Okudiri, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your joining us today. And Chidima, thank you so much. Please share the link with your contacts and let them join the train. Let us get on this freelance remote workspace. Okay? All right. The guests will be joining me shortly. So you do not want to miss any of what they will be talking about. I'm sure if you have someone that you love, that you want them to be a part of what's going on today, then you need to share the link as well with them so that they can, join in the conversation today. And of course, don't forget to send in your messages, whatever it is, questions you might be confused about, whatever it is that you want to talk to us about, then do drop your questions as well. Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Hello, good morning. Okay,
Chukuka. How you
okay,
doing?
good morning. I'm good.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I am great. How are you?
Very well.
It's good to have you here today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So if you're just joining us, this is his name is Dave Chukuka, and he's a Nigerian freelancer. And so he'll be talking to us shortly. Emmanuel, thank you so much from Ilorin. Thank you for joining. Please share the link with your contact list. Let them join us as well. We also will be joined by Ujunwa as well, who is also a mentee, a participant on Sourcing Business. Okay? All right. So, Dechukuka, to tell us first of all, we need our listeners, those who are joining the conversation, need to meet you. They need to know who is Day Chukuka and how much of a freelancer are you?
Oh, hello. Good morning, everyone. Nice to have you all here today. As you already know, my name is Day Chukuka. I've been freelancing for quite a while now, since 2012 to be precise. I'm a freelance writer. I've dabbled around, and at the end of the day, I found out that freelance writing suits me best after having
Oh,
worked as a virtual assistant. But for the
okay.
past 10 years plus, basically, I've been freelancing. Actually, I worked with Odesk. If you remember Odesk, some of you
Okay.
remember Odesk Elance before they changed to Upwork that we
Oh,
all run around with now. Yeah, back then it was Odesk Elance. So I've been a content writer. I've worked with Fiverr, People Per Hour, Freelancer.com. Basically, any freelance platform you can think of, I think you'll find me there.
oh, wow. And
Yeah.
you've been doing this for quite a while.
Yes, I have. I've been doing it for over 10 years. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So, what would you say is the difference between why did you decide to choose and stick to freelancing, considering the fact that, as opposed to the regular corporate 9 to 5, why did you decide to choose and stick with freelancing?
Well, okay, I would say the freedom. Let me use freedom. Yeah, freelancing gives you that freedom you actually desire. But of course, that freedom doesn't come until you've built a sustainable brand, a sustainable name for yourself. Compared to the 9 to 5, where you have your bosses to answer to, you have someone telling you, you missed work today. Where are you? Get to work. Come and do this, come and do that. With freelancing, you pick your time, you pick your work hours. You choose, okay, today I'm working from 2 to 3, I'm working from 5 to 6, and anything
Okay.
outside that, I will be taking a vacation or something. You
Okay.
understand? But of course, that doesn't come easy. It doesn't come easy. You have to work first before you get to that
Okay.
stage. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We also have Ujunwa as well. Hello. Good morning. Hello, Ujunwa. Good
Hello,
morning.
good morning, Oge.
How are you doing
Good morning,
today?
Oge.
Good
I'm
morning.
fine,
How
and
are you doing
you?
today? Great.
I'm
Great.
fine, and good
Okay.
morning.
Good. All right. So, Ujunwa, please, the people, well, our listeners need to know who you are and how have you been a freelancer and how long you've been doing this.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, my name is Smuyi Ujunwa Colette. I'm a graduate of botany from Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka. I'm into business, but though currently I'm upskilling myself to be a freelancer.
Mm,
I'm one of the
okay.
men in mentorship.
Okay. So, what part of freelancing? How are you upskilling yourself?
Yeah, I'm learning some courses, some skills on tech. So I'm into data analysis, business analysis, maybe transcription.
Okay. And how has that been so far?
It has been awesome. It has been great.
Okay. Okay, so we'll move, back to the Chukuka quickly. And okay,
Yeah.
so the freedom you get from freelancing is the reason you decided to choose and stay with freelancing for over 10 years. So
Yeah.
how did you at any point have you ever been, maybe discouraged, or something made you, for lack of a better word, regret ever choosing freelancing?
Yeah. In all honesty, I would say yes. Actually, starting out as an African freelancer, it's extremely difficult. Okay, you're faced with a lot of challenges. So much. I recently published an article on that. You have the stereotyping, Africans are seen as scammers. Let me use that word. So basically you are stuck with not having enough clients to foot your bills, and sometimes you just feel like, okay, maybe I should have just taken another path. But of course, with consistency and a goal, a plan and a goal, you actually end up getting to your destination if you're focused. But surely you are going to get challenged. I was challenged at some
So
point. I think,
I have to interject now. Were you able to overcome those challenges? Now you said the stereotype. They would
yes.
do Africans. So how were you able to do that to be able to attract foreign, clients?
Yeah, personally, I was able to sell myself. I would use the word sell myself to my clients as a genuine person doing their job. So I had this out of the box way of thinking. If I was talking with anybody, any clients in particular, I had a way of having a video chat with you, a call, something that shows you, okay, this person you're talking with
The real
is real.
person.
Okay, he's willing to help you. He can help you. So give him a try. He's going to help you. And with that, I was able to bridge that gap between I'm dealing with this unknown entity somewhere. You understand?
Okay. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so and that has been able to work for you all the while.
Yes, it worked for me. It worked for me. And I believe it will work for anyone so long as you come out genuine, so long as you come out with a goal, a plan, and of course the skill. You have to know what you're doing. It's very important.
Okay.
There is no one is willing to give you a task, and at the end of the day you do a half-ass job and expect them to come back. They are not going to come back.
Interesting. And quickly, how are you able to, and then you said, writing as a freelancer. Why did you choose writing?
Initially, I when I came across freelancing, writing, okay, not writing, when I come across working, doing something for others for a living, people that weren't exactly close to you, I thought of so many things I could do that would, um okay, in this case, what can I present to you? What can I offer you that will help you? Initially, I became a virtual assistant, just doing menial jobs, transcriptions, translating. Actually, I had this translation I did. I think my first freelance job was a translation job. Then I found out I was actually good at writing. Back in my schooling days, I was really good in English language. And my father, they usually called me a teacher's pet, my English teacher. So I felt, okay, I am good at this, so why not just follow through? I think people are going to love it. So gradually I started learning from those who have been there. Someone like Dan Lok, I just used him as a mentor, kind of put myself
Okay.
under his wings. He never knew, and I'm sure till date he doesn't even know. But yeah, he did mentor me without knowing. From there, I became a writer and got better every day. You learn every day. In the world of freelancing, you are going to learn every day. Every day, you're
Okay,
going
so
to keep learning.
it's so important because a lot of people are watching who perhaps want to be writers as well. or and want to be freelancers, but they don't exactly know the process and the step they need to take to start. So you were able to pick a mentor, and you were able to, bring yourself under his wings without even him knowing that. So I need you to tell
Exactly.
us exactly how you were able to do that, especially for those who are not familiar with the freelancing space and are desperately wanting to get on.
Okay. Here's the difference between then and now. Back then, I had no access to directly contact Dan Lok to mentor me. I couldn't reach out to him. I'm sure even if I did, it would take months or days before he'd probably reply me. There were less social media platforms as at 2012, 2011. He wasn't that
Okay.
active. So basically, what I did was watch videos of him, go up, just follow through whatever he did, his books and all that. Okay. But now, what I would advise freelancers, you have the opportunity to leverage. You have platforms. You can actually interact with professionals. A platform like LinkedIn gives you access to virtually anybody, any reasonable professional anywhere is on LinkedIn. Okay, so there is, okay, sourcing business. This platform right now gives you that access as well. You're having this, I can actually go come out and talk to this person and say, okay, please, I will need your help in getting to this stage in my life. I want to take this path. Can you teach me? Can you show me? Can I follow your footsteps? So right now, there's a lot of platforms that one can leverage in and actually get really good fast.
That's interesting because this person is asking this question. Akin Yode says, "Can we know the name of the article? The name of the article you mentioned earlier on."
Okay, it's on coachlancer.com. Problems African freelancers are facing right
Okay,
now.
that's great. So they need to expose themselves to
It was
platforms.
in collaboration with Miko Rinasen. I'm sure a lot of you on
Okay,
LinkedIn know him. Yeah.
yeah, he was here also a couple of weeks ago as well. All right,
Okay.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, he was here a couple of weeks ago too. So he really gave us some insight into the world of freelancing. Quite it was quite a rich session. Okay.
Right.
All right. So, now you've mentioned the steps that you took, and that you're saying that new freelancers should also, leverage on social media platforms and like the likes of sourcing business to reach out to
Yes.
people. Now,
Exactly.
after you have done that, you have gotten into contact with people who have gone ahead of you, who have done this for a while. What next are they supposed to do?
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, you have to work. There's a lot of work to be done, and you have to keep learning. First of all, before you even decide to become a freelancer, you must have gone through various freelance platforms, Upwork, Fiverr, People Per Hour, sourcing business. You've seen how they operate. Okay, so you know how clients are going to contact you. You know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do, rules and regulation. When you've gotten acquainted with your mentors, it's important to follow their footsteps. It's important to do things that they recommend, especially those that are quite sincerely, those that have gone far, those that have been in the game. Someone like Miko, any advice from Miko is gold. Okay, he has, yeah. It's just gold. He has been there, he has done it, he's living the life you are dreaming of. Okay, so basically
Interesting.
he's just showing you the steps. So what you're supposed to do is stay dedicated, stay committed, follow instructions, and then understand that at the end of the day, it all boils down to you. Are you ready to work? Are you ready to stay? Are you ready to stick? It's very important, especially as an African freelancer. You are going to be punched left, right, and center. You will get rejections. I can assure you that you will get rejected a lot. But
I
so
want to read this comment from Rico Risan. You're going to go back to that. The question I wanted to ask you was, how were you able
okay,
to handle the rejection? But before you do that, um,
okay.
Miko did say that. Miko is here, by the way. So shout out to you, Miko, and
Oh,
thank you so much for all you're doing.
good morning,
All you're
Mr.
doing
Miko.
for upcoming freelancers. And then he says, having a mentor is the fastest way to start freelancing. Imagine reaching good money months faster than trying to go completely solo. It's a no-brainer to calculate the profit of. Femi, you want to say something? Your mic is off, Femi.
Okay, just go ahead, please.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good. So yeah, back to you, Kuka. How were you able to handle the rejections from people being punched? Because that's something a lot of African freelancers, face. And once they get that rejection, they are off. Like, I can't do this, not for me anymore. I can't handle this. How were you able to handle the rejection?
Okay. Like I said, the rejections are gonna come, and they are gonna come in bundles. Yeah, they will come in bundles. But there's a shortcut. Getting a mentor actually puts you on a faster path to success, in the sense that those rejections come from stereotyping. You're an African, they believe you're a scammer, lack of proof, and lack of authority most times. I'm sure if you go through 10 African freelancers profile, you're going to see how light it is. It lacks authority, it lacks professionalism most of the time. So I'm sure when you take a look at the profile, you're seeing this guy, are you sure he knows what he's doing? I will just move on. You move on because his profile doesn't speak authority. He or she is not saying that I am an expert in this. We are literally just begging you to offer me a job. I will help you. I can do this thing. Please give it to me. Let me do it for you. It doesn't work like that. And that is why you get mentors. They put you through steps that will help you build a sustainable profile, a profile that shows your authority. And from there, of course, you have to upscale. You have to really get better. You have to be so good that if a client were to ask you for a sample, your sample, when they say it, they are going to love it. They are going to just give you the contract without thinking if you're an African or not minding the stigma and whatnot, because yes, this is what they want and you've given it to them. Okay, you've done what they wanted. So coming back to the rejections, out of 10 clients, you're probably going to be rejected by 5, 6 most times, for reasons best known to them. Of course, like I said, you're an African. I will keep hitting on that. I'm sorry, but it works like that. Okay, a lot of Africans have gone on to be successful. A lot of them also faced similar rejection. But with time, when you've applied things you've learned from your mentors, from such programs like Succeed Business, you will find out that your portfolio is something to speak about. Your portfolio is standard enough to present. And with time, you are going to get rejected less.
Okay.
And before you know it, you'll be where you want to be.
That's great. This is a comment from Abdul Fatai Ganiu Tunde. He says, might sound somehow funny, but that is just it. New set of people are joining the community, but do not know how to utilize some of the opportunities, especially in the light of freelancing. You want to comment to that?
Yes. I think Abdul Fatai has simply confirmed what I said earlier. There are a lot of new freelancers. Since the turn of COVID-19, so many persons want to become freelancers. The disease actually opened our eyes to the possibilities of freelancing for those that never knew about it. So what people do, they just jump in a platform, register without actually going through the rules, the regulations, without actually seeking professional help, so to speak, without actually leveraging several useful platforms such as this, LinkedIn, Twitter, where they can meet professionals to get proper help, proper guidance, insight. So what they do was they jump in, enter somewhere like Fiverr, stay 1 month, 2 months, nothing, no gig. Your profile is whack. You are basically there wasting your time. At the end of 6 months, they're like, nah, this thing is not
It's not for
working.
me.
Yeah, I think I'm leaving. Freelancing is rubbish. I'm going. And that's it. They give up because they never leverage the opportunities presented to them.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so we're going to quickly go to Ujunwa shortly. Hello, Ujunwa. Good morning. Are you still there? Hello, Ujunwa. Okay. We'll just wait for her to. Hi. Hi.
What's wrong? Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you now. Okay, so quickly, I want to ask you, how did you
Hello
hear
again.
about sourcing business? Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you.
How did you hear about sourcing business, the platform? How did you hear about it? How did you get on the platform?
Okay, I heard about it. I learned it from a friend. She sent me the link on WhatsApp. So I went through the site. I saw so many things there to register and join.
Okay. Perhaps your microphone is a little far from your mouth,
Hello
so we
again.
cannot. Yes. Can you speak up a little louder so that people can hear exactly what you're saying? Hello.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Femi. Would you want?
I
There's
guess
some.
it's network.
Okay. Uju, are you
Even
there?
the
Can you hear
network, your
me?
voice is a little too low.
Hello
Yeah,
again. Can
yeah,
you
I
hear
can hear
me?
you, but your
I can
voice
hear
is a
you.
little too low, so I need you to speak a
Uh,
little louder so that others can hear you as well. Is it possible?
net
Okay. I think I would like to
It's
make
the
one or two
network. I
comments
guess network is
concerning.
bad. Maybe. But I'm very
Uh,
close to my I can hear myself loud and
okay.
clear.
Yes, for me, please go ahead.
All right. So I think my friend Chukwuka, right, has made a few points as regarding the challenges of
Okay, let me log
African
out
freelancers, let me
of
say.
everything.
And it's important for me to quickly chip in to say that uh, these challenges is just across board. I mean, for both those who are still new and those who have been, very long in the system, we all know what the challenges are. And that is why sourcing business is actually introduced. Uh, Sourcing business, like you have said earlier, is a freelance platform where we connect both freelancers and employers, for them to be able to exchange money for value. And we equally realize that there is these common challenges with capacity, uh, delivering on the right, the promised values and promises, you know, um, among Africans. Let me also, more importantly, Nigerians. And that was what led to the introduction of mentorship. I can say that from what Chika said, everybody who have come on this platform have mentioned the importance, the significance of having a mentor over you if you're going to be able to scale on time and be able to not get frustrated out of the business. So that's why we introduced mentorship, so that at least when you come to the platform, regardless of whatever program you are taking, the services you want to run on the platform, you can be able to take out of the 16 pathways to learn from experienced mentors. And myself and last week, 2 weeks ago, by the time we start next week, you're gonna be joining us as one of the services, right? So what I want to say is that please, if you're going into freelancing as an African, this is a time for you to come on board, sourcing business, so that we can build that community together and be able to show the rest of the world that we are ready for business. Because you see, the outside world want access to Africa, but they need a believable, you know, plug, a kind of a platform, a kind of environment that are really able to project, not just go into the crowd of Fiverr, into the crowd of Indians and Lebanese or Upwork, but being able to stand out on the continent and be able to access those opportunities. So that's what I want to say. And welcome, Chukuka. And I don't know if I think you are back. She's actually a mentee on the mentorship program. Yes, she's a mentee, and I'm actually looking forward to hear how the program so far has been able to help her. What are the new things she has been able to discover? She's not yet a freelancer. She's trying to, you know, mobilize into freelancing and all. So I think she's back.
Okay. I just wanted to ask Chukwuka a question. Following what Femi has just said, okay, how would you describe African delivery on the freelancer space as it relates to, how would you describe it?
Um, you know, delivering is it's been a problem in the African setting, mostly because of some factors that are usually out of freelancers' control. Okay,
Okay. What factors?
I would start with outside the freelancers' control. Okay, outside the freelancers' control, in the sense that sometimes something like network connection data might affect an African freelancer who is trying to meet a deadline. Lights issues, electricity might affect a freelancer who is trying to meet a deadline. And of course, a lack of skill. Yeah, a lack of skill can actually affect, because when you don't know what you're doing, when you eventually deliver, you're delivering jargon, and your client is going to be really, really upset. So, like I said, I'm starting from there. Now, coming inside, you'll find out that these are things you can actually fix. In as much as there are problems, you can solve them.
Okay.
As a freelancer, you are a brand. I always tell people that you are a brand. You are Amazon, you are eBay, you are a big brand. You have to deliver. No one needs any excuse from you. So if you're having light issues, network issues, you'll find a way to fix it. You find a way to make sure you don't have this issue. If you're having a skill issue, for instance, you don't understand this particular thing, you don't know how to do this or do that, you don't exactly know how to solve this problem, you upskill, you learn, you get someone to teach you. Okay. So, in as much as these are going to affect your delivery, these affect African deliveries, they're freelancers, they are solvable. And platforms like this make them very easy to solve. Unfortunately, we just don't use them. We just don't.
And what could be the reason for that? Why don't Africans, why don't they see the need to fix this problem in order to create a more reliable name for themselves? What do you think
There's
from your
this,
perspective?
from my perspective, I would say it's a get rich quick syndrome. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it's more of a, oh, freelancing. I heard Mr. Femi made 2 million from it just last month. I'm gonna join. You jump in, you think you're just going to make 2 million from it instantly without putting in any work, without facing challenges. You will face challenges that you're supposed to take out step by
Yeah.
step, every step of the way. You're supposed to remove those hurdles till you eventually get to a sustainable income level. Okay. So if you can take out that I'm joining freelance so that I will just make money fast, it's not going to work. You should understand that you are starting a business. And when you're starting a business, you're supposed to deliver quality. Delivering quality gets you paid. Your
Okay.
payment increases with the more quality, the more value you deliver, the more value you offer, the better you get paid. And if you can stay sustained over the years, over months, time, seasons, then you will be wherever you want to be, wherever you dream of, you will actually get there.
Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. Okay, over to you, Ujunwa. Hi, it's good to have you back. Hello, Ujunwa. Can you hear me, Ujunwa?
I
Ujunwa,
think
hi.
our network is challenged. That's what I think.
Okay.
From what Chuka just mentioned, I think it's very important to
Yeah,
emphasize
thank you. Sorry, I think I'm
to really say
having
no to that because especially in Nigeria, if
issue.
you
I
look
don't know
at
whether
what's
you can
going
hear
on,
me now.
whereby young people just want to you know have Mercedes Benz without
Yeah,
having a
instantly.
good
Yeah.
job, without nothing at all you do, but you were comfortable showing off that you bought a brand new Benz.
Yeah.
And when you see that those kind of things very common around you, especially when you're in Lagos, you just believe that
Yes.
whatsoever you're going to do, you wouldn't need to do so much, but you have to get so
Hello,
much.
Gay.
But in the case of freelancing, it doesn't work like that.
Hello, can you hear me?
You actually do more than what you get. I was talking on the session on Sunday where I mentioned the fact that my first job as a freelancer was actually 30,000 naira monthly. I was collecting 30,000 naira monthly, working with generator, spending out of the money to run adverts for the client on Facebook, 30,000 naira. Okay, but I had to take it because I know that I needed to get started. Okay, and within 4 to 5 months, I was able to grow from you know 30,000 naira to 300,000 naira. So it's not something you do and say, oh, you just want to fly private jet it doesn't work like that. It's a lot of work, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of disappointment at times. Because I remember even the first client, the last month, he didn't pay me. He just walked away, and I had to start looking for another one and all of that. So you have this kind of rough beginning. So if your mindset is about quick reach kind of information that freelancing, I do it, I get paid in dollars and all of that, you'll be frustrated. It's a lot of work. But for me, I believe you work harder than when you are employed. Because when you're employed, you know what you do in the office. By 4 o'clock, you're already looking at your time, and I'm going back to my. But when you're a freelancer, you don't have time for yourself until after a while when you have grown. Then you begin to relax, you begin to outsource to
Yeah.
other people, and all of that. So that is actually the truth of the matter. Not like if I'm going to remote work, I will be able to have freedom. I can sleep, I can get all this. It doesn't work like that actually. A lot of discipline because it makes you an independent person. Don't forget. Let me say this: when you are a freelancer, you are working independently. Many people that work from offices or with organizations, time to time, they correct them, they serve them query and all of that. But when you're a freelancer, you are on top of your game. You are expected to be able to work with zero supervision. So it requires a lot of capacity. And that's why we can never overemphasize the importance of mentorship. Okay. So thank you. I don't know. Victoria's network is
Oh,
kind
Juma
of
seems to be having problem with her network. Okay, so
yes.
guys. So I want to ask you,
Yeah.
being the writer, now some people might want to combine more than one skill. Do you think, from your perspective, do you think that's advisable?
Yeah, it's okay combining skill. Okay, so long as they are relatable. You understand? Let me give you an example. Okay, as a writer, you can also be a transcriptionist. You can transcribe.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah, so you can actually say, I'm a writer, I'm a transcriptionist. You can be a virtual assistant. You can handle social media pages. You can do things like that because most of them involve writing, most of them involve copy. Okay. So yes, you can mix skills. You can. But what you shouldn't do is mixing skills that are not relatable. You understand? Let me use this a video editor who also says she's a writer. You are mixing two non-relatable skills because both of them require strict dedication. So when a client says you, okay, video editor, that's nice. I want a video editor and a writer. A writer, why? No, I will just go with someone that is a video editor and maybe a photographer. That works. It's
Okay.
relatable.
Okay.
You get,
Okay.
yeah. So don't mix things that are not really relatable. When you do that, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. Even if you actually are good at both, eventually you should just settle for whichever works for you best, whichever one you are most passionate about, whichever one I wake you up at night and tell you, hey, come, I need a favor here, fix it for me, and you do it easily, go for that particular one. Don't mix it with something that will get you less clients.
Oh, wonderful. Now, still speaking on clients, you mentioned earlier on that the reason some African freelancers do not get as much contract and as much, patronage from clients is the fact that their bio, the way they sell themselves, is just not up to. Now, can you give us a rough mashup of a profile, a bio that can actually sell you, and a bio that actually speaks authority, that speaks, I'm good at this. I know exactly what I'm doing. You need to give me the job.
Okay. When I come to your profile and all I see is, okay, I'm going to use writing. All I'm saying is I'm a good content writer. I have been writing for 30 years. I'm really good. You should give me your article. I will write it very well for you to be organized, to be functional. It's fine. Okay. I use the word, it's generic. A lot of people use that. Now, when I come
Okay.
to your profile and I see something like, hello, I can see you're looking for a writer. You probably are tired of working with weird, generic writers. I believe that's why you are here. I won't bore you by telling you I'm really good. I will let my portfolio do the
Whoa.
talking. Okay?
Wow.
Let me I will let my portfolio do the talking. Then you leave a link to your portfolio. All the client has to
Wow.
do is go through your portfolio. They are seeing that, oh, I've done this guy did this. Okay,
Yeah.
they come back to you. And the next thing is to hit the chat button, hit the message button. They want to talk to you because you are not
Interesting.
boring them. Yeah. You're not sounding generic. You're sounding confident. You know your stuff. You
Yes.
understand? Yeah. So those are two difference between a generic bio, which is very common, and a confident bio. When your bio sounds confident, clients would want to talk to you, and they would want to do that not minding where you are from. Actually,
Yes.
that's just
Yes.
a little secret. They don't care at that point. They don't really care anymore because this guy, this girl, she knows her stuff. I will just message her, let's talk. How do we go? Where do we go from here? All right.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Now, this is in line with the next question I want to ask you. Can you take us through that's a question from Arian Films. Can you take us through on how to make money from freelancing? It's one thing to have a skill, and another thing to make money off it. But the question is, how can African freelancers position themselves to be, seen by people who can actually hire them?
Okay, yeah, okay. So basically, I'm going to start from this is after you've upskilled, after you've worked with good mentorship programs like this, and now you want to position yourself better to make money. At that stage, it's really quite simple. You put yourself out there, create your profiles, put out your products. In this case, you're a writer, you're a video editor, you're a virtual assistant, you're a transcriptionist. Put yourself out there, create your profile. Like I just said some minutes ago, if you have a very good bio that states, this is who I am confidently, this is what I do confidently, it will be very easy for your clients to hit you up. It will be very easy for anybody to come across your profile and say, nice, I want to work with you. And wanting to work with you means they want to pay you to help them do something. Okay. Paying you to help them do something means you are making money. Whatever rate you charge is probably left for you to decide, but I suggest doing some research to understand what the rates are at the moment, because sometimes we tend to undervalue ourselves as Africans. Okay. A
Wow.
project that a casual guy from this United States will charge for, let's say, $80, an African will probably do it for 10. Okay. Yeah. We have a way of undervaluing ourselves. So
Why do you
yeah.
think that is? Does it have anything to do with the psyche, with the mentality?
Yes, it does. It's the
Okay.
bitter truth, but it does. We feel inferior. I will lay it out there. We feel like they are better. Okay. Technically, we're all the same. You are sharing the same knowledge. You are offering the exact same service. So if they can charge 80, you should charge 80. If you want to go 70, 50, because you're okay, maybe for due to personal reasons, I feel like 50 is fine for me. I did that actually. I did that back then. I knew the rates were very high. I knew typical copywriter got paid almost $1,000 to write a 200 words copy, $1,000. But I did mine for just around $600. I'm comfortable with $600. Okay, that doesn't mean I can't extend it to 1,000. I will still get paid 1,000 if I want it that way. But personally, okay, I feel 600 is fine. So instead of undervaluing yourself, understand that you are in the market. And if you're in the market, it means you have a store. Your store has a product. The next guy has a store with the same product. You have to present your product to be better. And in doing so, you add more value. The more value you add, the more value you attach to whatever payment you want to get and whatnot. I believe that answers the question.
Yes, it does answer the question. That's amazing. Okay, we have Ujunwa back. Hi, Ujunwa. Is your microphone good now?
Would you putting you on the spot? So I want you to
Yeah,
talk to us.
okay. It was not the microphone.
Great. Great. Okay,
It was
so
my
now I want
network,
to ask you
sorry.
before we go, what can you tell? How did you find out? Okay, you told us earlier that you found out about sourcing business through your friend who sent us, the link. But the question follow up to that is, how were you able to? What prompted you to decide to start on the mentorship program? Consider the fact that you already have a business. So why did you decide to do that?
Okay, why I decided to do that? When I went through this, I noticed that it was tech related. Anyway, before joining something, I was already in tech. I've heard about it. Also, I've heard about freelancing. So when I saw tech, when I went through their sourcing site, I noticed that they had a lot of courses that I was interested in. So I had to just register. It was just all about tech.
That's a good one. I think. Can you hear me, Joa? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I Okay. I know that you were in business analysis class,
Yes, I like.
data science. How would you describe your experience in the last 2 months? Because right now we're going to be running up by next month for this trip. So how would you describe your experience so far?
Yeah, okay. I'm in business analysis class. I'm in data analysis. Student transcription, you put that one. You include it. So it has
Okay.
been wonderful. Yeah, it has been wonderful. The data analysis is really good. I was already in data analysis. I've done data analysis before, yes, but they were just on Coursera. So when I
Okay.
joined sourcing, yeah, I've done a lot of practical on it, even some projects too that will help. Then secondly, on business analysis, it has been great. I'm still trying some projects on it, but I'm trying.
Well, okay. This is his connection is quite
Yes.
interesting. Jay Chukuka, quickly
Yeah.
back to you before we go. Is there a need to, because a lot of employers do not necessarily patronize a lot of freelancers, they don't engage them as much as they should, even though they need them. So, from your opinion, from your perspective, been in the business for a while, do you think there's a need to sensitize, African employers into engaging freelancers? And if there is a need for that, how can we go about it?
Yeah, there is a need to sensitize African employers to get more freelancers do their business for them. But even without having to, the world is tending towards a freelance-based service. We
Yes.
are we are we are heading there, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Okay. In the next 2 3 years, a lot of jobs will be done by freelancers. I think the other day I was reading that over 56% of people in the States outsource their jobs to freelancers. 56%. If you put that into perspective, in the next 2 to 3 years, a lot of jobs will be unavailable to do 9 to 5 on. So for African employers, it is very important that they start inculcating the habit of working with freelancers, because by the time they get to know it, excuse me, by the time they find out what they are doing to themselves now, it will be too late, because a lot of the top freelancers then would have been so booked that they will not even have time to maybe work with you or even consider you. Now,
Yes.
in terms of sensitizing them, I think there are platforms that you can still run publicities, do adverts and whatnot. Social media platforms will help. A lot of them are on Facebook, LinkedIn, and our Twitter, I guess. They can still be sensitized. You can still tell them that, look, you need freelancers right now. You need them now, because if you wait for the next 2 5 years, 3 years, it will probably be a problem for you. You will probably be working with those that are starting then. You won't be working with those that have actually been there, those that have, for instance, those that are under mentorship right now, those that are in the next 6 months going to become powerful freelancers. You won't be getting their services. So it's best to start now, start employing freelancers, start having a freelance based mindset, start understanding that most of your jobs, most of the things you needed a day to come to office, sit down from 8 to 5 and do, someone is going to do it in his house, maybe on his bed, and he will do a better job. So why not?
Wow, interesting. So, before we go, where do you see sourcing business in the next 5 years?
5 years? I don't think it will get to 5 years. I'm probably,
Oh, okay.
yeah, probably 2 3 years. It's going to dominate Africa. I've been
Wow.
saying it, and I mean it. It's going to dominate Africa. My reasons are quite simple. It's, as far as I'm concerned, it's the only platform so far that is pushing towards the growth of an African freelancer, sustainable growth for African freelancers, and mentoring aspiring freelancers to get better. So there is no way such a dream will not yield powerful results in a very short time. 5 years is too far.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My connection went up shortly. Okay, so that's about. Thank you so much for that, Dave Chuka. I really do appreciate your coming on this platform to talk to us about everything about freelancing and how to get on. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. Ujungwa, I'm so
Thank you.
sorry. Your connection seems to have, hindered us from having a great conversation today. Perhaps we can do this another time.
You know
You
why you
know,
are coming back. You are coming back,
your
okay?
experience with us, perhaps with a better connection, a better microphone, and so we can have a great conversation because we really need to hear your thoughts on your ongoing classes. Will that be okay?
Okay. No
Okay.
problem. No
All
problem.
right.
Thank
So
you
let's
very
see if we
much.
have a few more questions before we go. Um, yeah, this one is Ademola said. Ademola Adetuju said, generic bio, a great point here. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Adetunji. And let's see if we have more questions. I think a couple of questions at the time. Let me see. More questions? Do we have more questions? I don't think I have more questions. Okay. All right. Let's see. This one is okay, this one says, Abdul Fatai Tuni says, we still can't underestimate the power of teamwork on a very big project that spans a long time. But how does it feel having to experience the dominance of the freelancers over the team-based jobs? Dave, you want to respond to that?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying some minutes ago. In the next few years, African freelancers are going to dominate a lot of these team-based jobs, and they won't even have to be close to each other to
Yes.
achieve them. Okay, they don't have to be sitting right next to each other communicating. Zoom, Skype, Trello, Teams. There are so many platforms, so many apps they can use to communicate with each other and get things done way faster than those that are sitting right next to each other. Okay, freelancers, I believe, are very, very skilled professional who, like Mr. Femi said, need to be committed, need to be dedicated. And when you can get a team of freelancers that are that dedicated and committed, boy, your project will be done in no time. Okay, and you won't have to stress yourself over checking up to see if things are going well or not, because they will definitely deliver.
All right. Let's see if we have more questions here. Okay, self-esteem. That's Arian Films. He said self-esteem. That's referring to you talking about why African freelancers undercharge themselves. Self-esteem. Yes. All right.
Exactly.
Thank you so much to everyone who's connected with us today. Thank you so much. And this one is coming from BC. Says, thanks for the great opportunity. It's nice to be here. Freelancing is really not as easy as discussed here. Most mentors seem to be basically after the sign of fees from their mentees. That's why you need to be on
I
sourcing
think I should
business.
respond to that. I think I should
Okay,
respond to
Femi.
that. That wouldn't be on sourcing business because the mentorship program on sourcing business is absolutely free. So probably she's talking about some set of mentors out there that normally
Yeah.
charge you, to mentor you. When you come for mentorship program on sourcing business, it is absolutely free and nobody is requesting any money, not even $1 from your hand. Please.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Thank you so much, Femi. We have to go. All right. All right. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined in today. Don't forget that it makes a return next week, Wednesday at 10 a.m. You want to join us for that. Same time, a new set of mentors and resource persons will be here to talk about their journey and to encourage you and to lead you by the hand if you want to be a part of the freelancing community. And of course, you know that Source in Business is here to lead you by the hand to offer the platform that you need to learn the skill, upskill, and of course to market your skill. But I'll be back again next week, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Don't forget to share the link, connect with us on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on LinkedIn. Okay, my name is Mark, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you so much. All right.
All right.
Thank you very much, everyone.